Coagulation, building baked goods using eggs to provide structure to cakes, muffins, and quick breads. Welcome to this training module designed to educate baking industry professionals on how egg products can be used to successfully provide structure to chemically leavened baked goods such as cakes, muffins, and quick breads. It is highly recommended that prior to viewing this module, you obtain background information from the module entitled Adding Volume to Baked Goods. So let's get started. To understand how egg products provide structure to baked good in terms of height, volume, and stability, it is necessary to first understand protein structure. It is the unique chemistry of proteins that explains why when heat is applied to eggs, they coagulate into what many of us had for breakfast this morning, scrambled eggs. This change of state from a liquid to a solid or semi-solid is known either as coagulation or gelation, and it results when the structure of egg protein is altered by whipping or heating or both. In baking application, egg products function much the same way they do with scrambled eggs as far as coagulation, but in baking applications, they help to set the three-dimensional structure of baked goods. Coagulation is a process that involves the denaturation of protein, which is when proteins lose their native water-soluble structure and become insoluble. Let me explain. Native unaltered proteins consist of a complex folded and coiled individual chains of different amino acids. These chains are referred to a protein's primary structure. They are a linear sequence of amino acids held together by strong covalent bonds. When these linear chains align themselves to form a three-dimensional structure, this is referred to a protein's secondary structure. An alpha helix coil is a good example of one type of secondary structure. This is an illustration of what the protein structure of an egg looks like. When multiple proteins are arranged into their three-dimensional network, such as many alpha helices associated together, this is referred to as the protein's tertiary structure. These tertiary protein structures are water-soluble in their native form, unaltered. Unlike the primary amino acid chain structure, which is held tightly together by covalent bonds, the forces maintaining the secondary and tertiary shapes of the protein are weak bonds or electrostatic charges, typically hydrogen bonds, that can easily be broken by heat, shear, or chemicals. Now let's bring this concept back to baking a cake. When tertiary structure proteins are heated, the weak bonds that hold them together break and the proteins unfold or denature. These unfolded protein molecules with their internal covalent bonds now exposed reassemble into a new three-dimensional structure. Essentially, millions of egg protein molecules aggregate back together into a new insoluble three-dimensional network, or simply, they coagulate or gel. This structure is generally irreversible and is responsible for providing the height, volume, and stability to cake, muffins, and quick breads and other chemically leavened baked goods. As the proteins aggregate together, they entrap air and moisture as well as interact with gluten, thereby essentially building the baked good. In essence, they create cells where the cellular wall is composed of proteins and the cell content are the air and the moisture. A stable cellular structure prevents excess moisture loss, which contributes to the humectancy or moistness of the product, a sign of freshness throughout the product's shelf life. Packaged cake mixes make the process appear simple, but food scientists know that in the process of coagulation, it is a very delicate one that requires proper controls to achieve excellent product quality. In order to ensure baked goods' consistency and stability throughout the product's shelf life, it is necessary to understand how different variables can impact the finished product. This diagram shows the temperature required for coagulation for each of the unique egg protein combinations. For example, different egg proteins begin to coagulate at different temperatures and also cease to flow at different temperatures. Further, too much heat applied too quickly or even too low of a heat applied for too long can cause protein molecules to overcoagulate and thus become too firm. This can lead to cellular rupture and release moisture within the structure. Small holes on the surface of baked goods are evidence of ruptured cells, where moisture has escaped and evaporated. Moreover, loss of volume of a baked product may also be an indicator of loss of structure due to overheating. Coagulation temperature also is influenced by pH in a number of different ways. For example, at a pH 11.9 or higher, egg white will begin to form a translucent gel, even at room temperature. To prevent this from occurring in chemically leavened baked goods, the high alkaline baking soda is first added to the flour mixture before adding egg. On the other hand, a more acidic environment lowers the coagulation temperature of whole egg, thereby speeding up the coagulation process during heating and improving overall baking efficiency. Blending milk, water, or another liquid into the whipped eggs prior to adding them to the flour mixture dilutes and separates the protein molecules, making it more difficult for them to aggregate and trap water. This raises the coagulation temperature and thus slows down the aggregation process. Functioning similar to liquid, sugar separates egg protein molecules from one another, raising the coagulation temperature and slowing down the rate of overall coagulation. However, the addition of a tiny amount of salt alters the electrical charge of egg proteins, speeding up the coagulation process. In conclusion, there are many variables that a baker must consider when using egg products to provide height, volume, and stability to chemically leavened baked goods such as cakes, muffins, and quick breads. Once the science is understood, it becomes easier to solve problems such as producing an overly dense cake or one that readily dries out. Be assured that no other ingredient provides such desirable structure and texture to baked goods, along with other functionalities including color, flavor, and nutrition as egg products. Thank you for viewing this training module on how to successfully build baked goods using egg products.